I just made a video about isolating, just trying to be fully authentic in everything I say and find other people out there that feel like me. That's my whole point of making these videos. I haven't found that many people on YouTube or TikTok or whatever that I feel like I fully can connect with. They're definitely authentic in their messages, but I want to see if there's other people out there that feel they connect with me, that they maybe like I've been through a lot of shit like through life, and I'm like definitely a lot of addiction, depression, anxiety, so many things, just a lot of grief, like losing my dog, like just a lot of pain, a lot of suffering and growth, and trying to figure out and struggle and navigate through life. And I hopefully like either connect with other people or can give some sort of advice, just a form of connection with other people. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. The reason why I'm manifesting this is that I see myself just having a group of people that feel like they understand me in a way, and I understand them, and we can like all understand this thing with life and how we can grow through life and struggle through life. Because I didn't have any role model. I never had a good father, I didn't have a real good role model. Like, although I had a great mother, I didn't have a positive father figure. Like, you need to pick up after yourself, and you need to change your bed, and you need to do this. Like, I never had that. So I think I made a lot of mistakes in life, and like a lot of years of messing up, and just kind of make videos to hopefully like help other people that they don't go through that. And that's where I think connection is so important, and that's why I wanted to make a quick video about just connection and how if we can connect with each other. It really feels great to, like, if you've ever met someone that like really people that might feel like they actually get you. I don't feel like a lot of people get me, but the few that do, I feel like they truly understand me, and I'm very authentic when I say stuff, and I'm very open, and I'm very like, this is how it is. I don't mess around, I don't say shit I don't mean, but I end up making a lot of mistakes along the way, and I get a lot of shit for just being myself. And I think like been a target for people just because I've been outspoken about being myself. I don't think anyone has no one knows any best way through life. We can talk and struggle through, and this is like what I've been through, and this is how I made through it. That opens up a good communication channel, because with connection is also communication, and I'm very good at communicating, like very good, and so I expect very good communication from others, and I rarely get it back. And I have to learn that not very many good people are very good at communicating. They are, even if they pick up the phone, they text, but they don't communicate how they feel. They may say they feel good, and then they bottle their emotions, and then they get mad at you, and then so communication is like freaking powerful, because I think that's why a huge problem in all of life is that we don't communicate how we feel, and when we do that, we keep those feelings and we stuff them down, then they come out in other forms, like in people in power positions. Like, imagine wars and things like communicate, people are going to assume things. I'm going to assume you're mad at me, and you could be totally off and like doing your own thing and not even thinking about me, and I'm assuming that you like something I did, maybe I like slammed the door. You didn't even notice I slammed the door, but I noticed I slammed it, and then you just stopped talking to me. So I assumed that you're angry at me because I slammed the door, and you're like, I didn't even know that you slammed the door. I've been doing my own thing. I didn't even have a phone. I've been like out in the hills, like hiking. You know, like the forms that we can have so many problems from miscommunication. We have this problem with connecting if we don't connect with each other, and both of these things are like huge problems that we like. I don't think people realize how important they are, and how they important like you growing life, and then how important just living and like dating. You're gonna have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, like, and you do not communicate how you feel truly. And especially I know that like relationships, people assume something, and you're like, it's easily can get out of hand very quickly by assuming certain things about people and being in intimate relationships, and like that stuff gets like thrown out of it. It's like, I don't know, you get really sucked into it, and you won't know what's going on. And if you were to communicate very quickly up front, especially like if someone did something mean to you, like if you're mad at them and you like tell them up front, you can get like that out of the way, and doesn't like that I do that, and he told me really quickly. If I like respect that person, so I won't do it ever again, then we can like grow with each other like very quickly. You call me a word or something, and I tell you that, and then you're like, okay, and then that's it. I'm not gonna hold any grudges, and let's say you don't even mean to be mean, but it bothers me, and then I never tell you. You keep calling me, it bothers me, then I start doing weird shit to you, and you don't know why I'm doing this weird shit. And then you're like, what the hell? Why is my boyfriend doing all this weird shit to me? And I'm doing it because you were calling me this word, and then all of a sudden I freak out, and then I get mad at you, and all of a sudden tell you that I don't like when you call me this word. And this has been like a year, and you have not told me, and all along you've been doing all this weird shit. Like, it's not fair to the other person that you do not communicate that I don't like when you call me that word. It's not fair to that person. Like, yeah, maybe they could be pissing you off, and maybe they're doing it on purpose or not, but communicating that to this person is really on you. It's your problem, because that person it's like up to you to tell them that. Like, I'm sorry, but that's part of us growing into better humans. And I know that with my relationships with people, and I get pissed off when people don't tell me that either I did something to them and I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form. Like, I've said that in many videos. Many times I will do it, I continue to do it, but I am very open and tell me that's part of communicating, and they don't do it, and then they freaking go off and do something, and then I'm left to like not understand why they're mad at me or why they don't talk to me, and it just gets so out of hand. They're just not going to they're not going to grow in that form of communicating. In order to be that communicator, or to be like, you have to have some level of strength inside you, because you have to have some area of growth, and you have to have grown into also respect yourself. And it takes a form of a little like uncomfortableness, and you have to be okay with that uncomfortableness, but you also have like this respect for yourself. And so if you're in dating someone and you expect for them to communicate to you like how they feel, or you expect and they don't, like, you gotta drop them. Like, I'm sorry, but that person, some people will never ever give you that. They will never communicate with you because they don't have that respect for themselves. They can't be okay with their uncomfortableness, and they don't have that strength, because you need that strength to be able to hold that like inside you, and to be able to like say, in communicating in that sense, like, you're gonna sit around there and wait for them to like grow and to communicate at a level that you want, and they're not gonna do it. I've gone through this so many times. Like, it's never going to happen. And you could try to this is how this works, and this is how you communicate, and this is what I expect from you to communicate, and they could even say yes, and they could say, oh yeah, they're never gonna do it. They're not gonna communicate. That's what I wish someone would have told me, that, because I wasted a lot of time on people, on trying to assume that people were gonna grow, and that people were gonna communicate better and learn to communicate better with me, and then they never do. So much energy on people, and that's the worst. Wasting energy on people that are never gonna grow, to be like, it's just not gonna give you, I don't know, they're just not gonna give you any real truth inside them. And you're gonna wait around, and you're gonna give them you. I give myself to like everyone, and that's how I just am. And I'm very like blatant, and a very like raw, or like a blackboard that I write stuff on it. I don't even have anything I'm writing down. I'm just talking about experiences. Through life, I've wasted so much time on people never gonna give you that communication. And so I know there's definitely people out there that understand what I'm talking about, because I'm not the only one that is like wasted time on people who tell you they're gonna communicate, and they're gonna get better at communicating, and then they never do, and you get hurt, and you end up getting like being left like more raw, more messed up. Like, you end up being more hurt because you spent so much time wasted on this person, because you expect them to communicate with you, but they don't. So we learn to expect more from people, and we don't just give ourselves to everyone. We have to look out for like the red flags, and I think the red flags are like when people don't communicate things back to you. And so now if I meet people and they don't communicate back to me very quickly, or you're still like level 1 communicating, I think that's the problem. Is like, if you're at level 5 communication skills, you can't be dealing with level 1 communication skills. And I think that's the big problem we're seeing here, is especially with like dating and stuff, and like we're trying to date people, and we don't realize we're dating on different communication levels. This person's communication levels are 1 and I'm communication level 4. Like, where are we at? Where are we gonna like grow? If this person's a communication level like 8, then how are they gonna develop with me if I'm communication level 4? Like, that is a major thing that we are seeing now, especially because no one's teaching us these communication skills, raising us to have communication standards. Like, hey, I expect you to communicate this way to me. That's how I think that is just a huge form of communication, miscommunication. And if you're like me, hurt by people who have taken you for granted, and they have played with you and they communicated with you, like miscommunicated with you, and now you can kind of catch those signs and stuff. But I don't know, I like to see if other people, what they think about communicating, like how it affects them and how they communicate with other people and how they expect other people to communicate with them. So I like to, if like you're seeing this video randomly or whatever, like hopefully maybe if you've subscribed, maybe by now have a few 100,000 subscribers. But if you just in the comments just tell me like how communication has affected you and how important it is, because I don't think that we talk about it as much, and we don't communicate it as much, right? We're on TikTok and social media and we don't even communicate. That's why we don't communicate, because we have social communication. Like, we don't have human to human connection and communication. So connection is communication, and I think like that is why connection is so important. I lost my dog, and so now I connect with another person that has lost their dog, and we can communicate now. Like, we can communicate on a level that is like on a certain level now. We have a connection because of that, so that we can now open up a communication level. Like, we could talk about it with that person, like, who doesn't know who I am, who could just pick up this video right now and who has lost an animal and be like, I know how you feel right now, I know what you're going through, and hey, let's talk about it. And we could talk about it, and we could talk about it for hours. Like, that's crazy. Think about that. That's crazy. Like, that's so important. It's so like amazing that we can talk about something. We don't even know each other, but we can talk about something that we share a form of. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that, how you think about communication, and hopefully that's the point I think I'm getting at these videos, is I just want to get feedback from other people on just how I feel about life and how they feel about life, when we can have a communication level and we can have a connection and open up a communication channel, and hopefully we can have enough people gathered that feel that sense of identity together. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Hit subscribe. See you guys next time.